Majo John Madden. I'm on the beach, Akumal Bay, near the little pueblo of Akumal where I live now. I'm walking down the beach, and there are various bathing suits. And, sometimes you notice a bathing suit, and sometimes you notice what's not inside the bathing suit. And I do have a history of being very distracted by women's asses up here on the Riviera Maya. I'm finding less and less and less am I distracted, which is really a joy to me. And I want to tell a story about, 30 years ago in Chicagoland. I was in the western suburbs of Chicago at a yoga retreat. It was, I forget this kind of yoga, but it was all lectures, video lectures, and then lots of chances to meditate. And it was all the big theme was cravings and aversions, getting beyond a world where you crave things and you feel aversions to things, to get to a point where you didn't have preferences. And the first big thing I noticed was that I was driving away back in towards the city where I lived. I stopped at a gas station. I was filling up my car. I got uncomfortable. I was going like, why? I've been so peaceful. Why am I so uncomfortable? And there was a beautiful Toyota Solara. They were new back then, and they had such gorgeous lines, and I'm kind of a car guy. And I realized, you're having a craving for that car, asshole. You just spent 10 days or whatever getting super peaceful. First thing that happens when you get out of the retreat, you have a craving for a fucking piece of metal. And that was a real wake-up call to me. Like, wow, a world where I wouldn't have to have cravings about cars. That's astonishing. The next day, I lived on the beach, Loyola Beach, north end of Chicago, gorgeous 1 mile beach. And I was walking down the beach, and it was a weekend, and the beach was packed. And up ahead me, I saw that I was going to have to pass two beautiful girls in bikinis. And I thought, okay, this is craving time. This is where you're going to have a big time craving. But do you have to? Do you have to? Could you choose to sail right between them and not crave either of them? I pulled it off. I pulled it off. I walked right between them, did not look in either direction, and just stayed with my own equanimity, my own sense of peace. And it felt like a milestone. Felt like a real major victory and made me super happy. And 30 years later, I'm still telling the story because not being trapped, not being reflexive, not being caught, not being on automatic, to have freedom, man, it's the best game in town. Freedom. Freedom! Freedom! I think I'll sing for a while. and embarrass everybody else on the beach. Oh Lord, freedom over me. No, I'm gonna lean into this. Bye.